healing the unrequited love syndrome. So much of the time, we start to feel the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. And we have to realize this is our own inner dissatisfaction. And these are blocks within ourselves that we have to overcome. And we have to realize that when we don't find happiness in the now, we're looking to the past with regret. If only I'd done that, then I'd be happy now. These are issues that are like delusions inside of ourselves that keep us from being in present time. Or we think, if only I had this and this in my future that I can't have right now. Unrequited love. If only she would love me. If only this could happen. These are the ideas, the fantasies, the delusions that with that I could be happy, rather than benefiting from those delusions, because they're actually glimpses of what's possible. If it didn't happen then, okay, it didn't happen. I can create that in my future. If something out there I can't have and I get a glimpse of it, then that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that feeling. And self-mastery is realizing that we have it inside of ourselves. The famous passage is from, I think it's Blake, one of his books. It's Dante looks lovingly at Beatrice. I'm looking at the painting now, as she passes by him with Lady Vanna in red. And so this is unrequited love. From that moment on, he was celibate the rest of his life because he had found the true love that awakened the love inside of himself. So he didn't even need someone to find that love. He lived it and expressed it. Now, we're not all trying to be that, but that's the model that I'm helping people to teach, is that whatever you're looking for out there is inside yourself. And as you start to find that inside yourself, then what occurs is the outer world does begin to reflect that. And you can have those feelings with the partner you're having now. And you can love the one you're with. So free ourselves from that feeling of unrequited love is an inner journey. And feeding that sickness inside of ourselves is constantly looking after, acting on these feelings of unrequited love rather than processing them, holding them inside, getting in touch with the emotions that are underneath that suffering, that divine inner suffering, which is often talked about throughout history, is the suffering of love, never being able to attain that connection, but finding it within yourself and that wholeness within yourself. It's a divine journey, and we're all on that journey, whether we're aware of it or not. So the more conscious we can become of this syndrome of where we tend to go after our compulsions, the same things like with cocaine addiction, heroin addiction. If only I have my whole heroin, I can be fulfilled.